Welcome back, my dear friends. Sometimes the greatest discoveries don't begin in laboratories, they begin in the mind with a question that refuses to stay quiet. Imagine standing on the deck of a ship, the vast ocean stretches endlessly before you, sunlight dances across the waves, and suddenly a simple thought arises. Why is the sea blue? Not how beautiful it is or how calming it feels, but why. For most people, the question would pass like a wave itself. But for C V Raman, it became an obsession. This was not idle curiosity, a kind that keeps one awake, the kind that challenges authority, changes history. The journey begins questioning what everyone knows. In the early 1920s, Raman was already a respected scientist. Yet, he carried something far more powerful than reputation. He carried doubt. At that time, textbooks confidently declared the sea is blue because it reflects the blue color of the sky. A neat explanation, convenient, widely accepted. But Raman wasn't convinced. As the ship moved through the Mediterranean Sea, he observed closely. The blue of the ocean did not always match the blue of the sky. At times, the sky was grey, yet the sea remained blue. That contradiction disturbed him, and instead of ignoring it, Raman did something radical. He trusted his eyes over authority. The habit of thinking independently often punished C V Raman, later resulting in the celebration of success. Born in colonial India, he grew up surrounded by the unspoken belief that great science came from the West. India, the word implied, could follow but not lead. Raman rejected that idea quietly, stubbornly, and completely. During that voyage, instead of enjoying the luxury of travel, he filled notebooks with sketched diagrams. He questioned assumptions and listened, not to pupil, but to light itself. He returned home with science without privilege. Back in India, Raman faced a harsh reality. He did not have world class laboratories, not have cutting edge equipment, not even have massive funding. What he had was a sharp mind, a fearless curiosity, and an unshakable belief that truth does not depend on wealth. Using simple instruments like prisms, spectroscope, filters, Raman began studying how light scatters when it passes through transparent materials. Day after day, experiment after experiment, many failed. Some confused him, but slowly patterns began to emerge. He noticed that light did not always behave as expected. When light passes through a substance, most of it scatters without changing its energy. But Raman noticed something strange. A tiny fraction of the scattered light had changed its wavelength. It was subtle, almost invisible, easy to dismiss. But Raman did not dismiss it. He realized that light was exchanging energy, and the molecules it encountered, losing or gaining energy in the process. This was revolutionary. Light was not just bouncing, it was conversing with matter, and Raman was listening. On 28th February 1928, Raman announced his discovery, what we now call the Raman Effect, a phenomenon that proved light changes frequency when scattered by molecules, revealing their internal structure. It was elegant, it was precise, and it was undeniable. According to Raman, this single insight would later transform chemistry, physics, medicine, material science, forensics, even space exploration. Yet, at that moment, the world did not applaud. Instead of celebration, Raman faced skepticism. Some Western scientists questioned his methods, others questioned his conclusions, and some questioned something else entirely. Could such a discovery really come from India? The resistance was subtle but powerful. Papers were scrutinized excessively. Recognition was delayed. Credit has hesitantly given. But Raman did not argue emotionally. He did not beg for validation. He did what scientists are meant to do. He presented evidence repeatedly because truth, he believed, does not need approval. Raman continued his work relentlessly. He trained students, refined experiments, and expanded the applications of his discovery. While others debated, Raman worked. While others doubted, Raman measured. While others dismissed, Raman listened. History has a way of humbling arrogance. Slowly, resistance turned into acknowledgement, which turned into respect. Finally, respect turned into admiration. The world bows. In 1930, just 2 years after his discovery, C V Raman was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. He became the first Asian Nobel laureate in science, a symbol of intellectual independence, proof that brilliance knows no geography. But perhaps his greatest achievement was not the prize, it was the message he left behind. What did Raman left first? Raman showed the world that one doesn't need perfect conditions to discover truth, not required for permissions to ask questions, and no need of validation to believe what one sees. He taught us that curiosity is an act of courage. The perseverance is quiet, not loud. That even light, when truly observed, reveals a secret. Against all odds, doubt, rejection, light spoke back, and Raman listened. In the final episode, we will explore what happened after the applause faded, how Raman reshaped Indian science, and what his legacy demands from us today. See you again next week.